The Saturday morning rush was in full swing at the Maple Oak Café, a cozy breakfast spot in a small Oregon town. College kids packed the booths, families eagerly awaited pancakes, and the rich aroma of coffee filled the air. At precisely 9:12 a.m., the door chimed, and an older man walked in. He wore a faded army green jacket, simple blue jeans, and a baseball cap pulled low over his silver hair. He moved with a slow but confident pace, leaning slightly on a wooden cane. This was Major Daniel Brooks, a retired U.S. Army veteran. To the regulars, he was just the quiet old man who came in for black coffee and the newspaper. But today, a few newcomers took notice. 3 young men, clearly still riding the high from a night of partying, stood near the counter. They looked Major Brooks up and down, a smirk spreading across their faces. "Bro, check out Grandpa," one of them whispered loudly enough for others to hear. "He probably doesn't even know what year it is." The second one chuckled. "Be careful. He might attack us with that antique cane." The barista behind the counter frowned, her cheeks flushing with embarrassment. But Major Brooks remained silent. He simply paid for his coffee and made his way to his usual corner table. The boys, however, weren't finished. One of them swaggered over and tapped the Major's cane with his foot. "Nice stick. Is that government issued or did you find it at a yard sale?" A few customers gasped at the blatant disrespect. The Major slowly lifted his head, his gaze meeting the young man's. There was no anger in his eyes, no fear. Just a steady, unshakable calm. "Young man," he said, his voice even and measured, "I suggest you walk back to your table." The boy just snorted. "Or what? You're gonna lecture me to death?" Before the Major could respond, the cafe door swung open again, this time with a sense of purpose. 2 police officers entered. One of them, Officer Bennett, spotted Major Brooks immediately and gave a respectful nod. "Morning, Major," he said, his voice carrying across the now quiet room. "Didn't expect to see you here today?" "The city council meeting starts in 30 minutes. The entire cafe fell silent. The 3 young men froze, their smirks vanishing. "Major, city council meeting?" The quiet old man stood up, straightening his jacket. "Yes, Bennett," he replied. "I'm heading there as soon as I finish my coffee. We're finalizing the youth program funding today." Suddenly, all eyes were on the 3 boys. The weight of their mistake settled on them. They hadn't just mocked an elderly man. They had insulted a respected veteran, a decorated retired officer, and a key figure who helped manage the town's community programs. Officer Bennett turned to them, his expression serious. "Everything okay over here?" he asked. They swallowed hard. We were just talking," one of them stammered. The officer glanced at the Major. "Sir, do you want us to escort them out?" Major Brooks simply shook his head. "No, they're not a threat, just misguided." He then turned his attention back to the boys, his voice firm but not cruel. "You think age makes someone weak," he said. "But someday you'll be my age, and you'll hope people treat you with respect. Start practicing now." One of the boys, the tallest one, actually looked ashamed. "Sir, we're sorry," he said, his voice barely a whisper. The Major picked up his newspaper from the table. "Good, learn from it." The officers left, and a collective sigh of relief filled the cafe. The boys shuffled back to their table, now silent and avoiding everyone's gaze. As Major Brooks finished his coffee, the young barista approached his table. "Major Brooks," she said softly. "Thank you." Most people wouldn't have handled that so calmly. He gave her a small, kind smile. "Ma'am, I commanded soldiers in war zones. A few loud boys in a cafe won't shake me." He tipped his hat, walked outside into the crisp morning air, and headed down the street. He left behind a powerful lesson for everyone in the cafe that day. Never, ever underestimate the quiet old man in the corner. You have no idea what kind of strength and authority he truly carries. Thanks for watching, and remember to subscribe for more stories that inspire.